Wendell Pierce made his name as an actor playing sharp characters in rough places. Downtown Baltimore in The Wire and post-Katrina in New Orleans in Treme.
Now he has taken on a new role as an entrepreneur. Jeff Glor is here with that story. Jeff, good morning.
Charlie, good morning to you. For Wendell Pierce, the natural disaster that was Katrina led to a second crisis, what he calls food deserts in his hometown. Vast stretches where people have no real access to quality groceries. That, Pierce insists, needs to change. And because no one else was helping, he pitched in. At first glance, New Orleans is back. The culture, the music.
Devil crab almondine, move!
And of course, the cuisine. There are 1,251 restaurants currently open in the Crescent City. That's 451 more than before Katrina. But for Wendell Pierce, who grew up in New Orleans and who returned home to star in HBO's critically acclaimed Treme, those numbers hardly tell the whole story.
We can't look at this through rose-colored glasses, because it's a tale of two cities. The city's thriving, but, there's still large portions of your working class and poor communities that do not have their infrastructure coming back to the level it should be 6.5 years after the disaster.
This is just a mini supermarket in essence here.
Pierce partnered with his boyhood friend, Troy Henry, in an effort to fight food deserts, where people are at least 10 miles from a grocery store. They're starting small with a chain of convenience stores called Sterling Express.
As wealthy as this nation is, to have its people, the very core of our strength is people, and to have them be disenfranchised when it comes to nutrition and sustenance is unacceptable.
Sterling Express is designed to deliver fresh, affordable, and accessible food, critically important in a city where 58% of residents don't drive.
We've all seen how bad the food can be at convenience stores. How much better do you want to make it?
We think we want to set a whole different precedence as it relates to that.
For both men, the effort is deeply personal.
Your most vivid food memories?
My most vivid food memories? Well, my mother's cooking, learning about the holy trinity of onions and bell peppers and celery and how to use the Creole seasoning and all of that.
Pierce and Henry's decision to bring more of those flavors to more people is not to say they don't want to make money. They just hope to make a difference at the same time.
I'm a businessman. I'm an actor first, but this is business. This is American capitalism, American industry. I think it's an opportunity to do well and do good.
And Pierce is planning an expansion. This now shuttered grocery store, a stark reminder of the food deserts left in Katrina's wake, will soon become Sterling Farms, one of 2 supermarkets Pierce will open later this year.
If you look 20 years into the future, what New Orleans do you see?
It's according to what we do right now. I wanted to be able to answer that question 20 years from now when some kid says, Mr. Pierce, in New Orleans' darkest hour, what did you do? And that's the question that everyone's going to have to ask, especially government. In New Orleans' darkest hour, what did you do? Not say you're going to do. What did you do?
And you're doing it.
I'm trying.
All right.
I love that.
So what does he have? What is the amazing
He has a commitment to his hometown, and he has a love for his hometown. And I mean, he's doing this with a guy he grew up with. A lot of his partners are the people he grew up with, and there's something to be said for that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, coming from a place and understanding it that completely, and then wanting to help it.
But if he can do it well there, amazing to see what it could do in so many other areas where it's needed in this country.